We have close to 60 people working in the school. Among the 60 people, we have 23 nationalities. And among the student body, probably more nationalities. We're very much of an international school. As New York is really, and Times Square is sort of the melting pot of the world, we really have a variety of students from the Orient, from Africa, from Europe, from South America, Central America, and America itself. So we really have a melting pot within the staffing and the student body. So yes, we have a lot of students that are traveling very far. We have actually currently one of the students that travels 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours at night to come to school, and it is not unheard of. We have students from Japan that come here just to take the course and then go back to Japan after 4 months. So we have a very dedicated student body that really wants to be in the school, and they're traveling from all sorts of places, both in the United States and abroad, to come in here. So our courses are, we have tried a variety of systems over the years of how to teach the curriculum. And we have found that the best way for us to do it is to separate it into very specific modules of every single course. One of them would be for theory, one would be a practical theory, and then they will go into clinic, and makeup is separate by itself. And the reason we do that is because we found that if you mix the theory and the practical together, people lose themselves and they don't remember the material. By having the theory first, and they complain because it's much more difficult, but because you're having the theory first, whenever they go into practical, the things from theory, they're going to be brought into the practical, and they're not going to be as lost, and they're not going to be as novices, because they already have some of the knowledge in their head. And of course, the practical theory actually reinforces the theory, so it kind of combines both of them. So it's a very good way of doing the course. Then when they go into clinic, they're actually working on actual clients, and they're paying clients. So all of the demands of the paying clientele, with all of their demands and their sometimes not very nice attitudes, is wonderful, because the students then are able to see what is the outside world going to be like. So it combines, the curriculum combines for the students a very wide perspective and a very good way of building one portion of the module with another to make sure that they remember the material. The school has been established in 1965. From 1965 to 1994, my mother tried to get to separate the portion of aesthetics out of the cosmetology curriculum. Until that point, you had to be a hairdresser or a cosmetologist in order to do facials and do the aesthetics. Once she spent 35 years trying to get that license separated, we finally, in 1994, we were the first state to offer an aesthetic license, which was separate from the cosmetology. And from us and from my mother's curriculum that we wrote, all the other states started having one by one also the aesthetics program. So I'm a chemist by profession, and I'm always torn between what my passions are and what I like the most. Depending where I am on that day, that's what it is. I love being in the school environment, and yet I love my ingredients and making products and developing new products as well. One of the things that the school allows me to do is to be able to test a lot of the products and to test them on actual people. So we have a joke in the family that we've never tested on four-legged animals. We've only tested on two-legged animals, because all of the products are tested in the schools on actual students. And it is a wonderful way to get input, because students and budding estheticians are actually very demanding and very difficult to please. So if they don't like something, they're going to tell you, I don't like this and I don't like that. So it is a very good feedback, because you're able to really get the information and know exactly which way you have to go with the formula. We go back to the foundation. Our philosophy in education is that we have to teach for the state board exam, and we have to teach for people to get a license. But between the teaching for the license and the state board exam, there's a very wide spectrum where we really need to get them to understand the field and what is the expectations for them in a job environment and how they're going to be able to be successful. So by having a dialogue with salons on an ongoing basis and with people from the outside world, it gives the students a very important feeling of how they're going to be in demand and how they're going to be actually working in the field long term. One of the things that we do believe in is having a very strong career service department. And we have arranged with salons to take our students, whether it's hiring them on a provisionary basis until they see how they are, or whether they're hiring them originally from the beginning. But it is giving the students a way of having a really good beginning in life, because we are in demand and the students will be able to be geared into the right positions for them. So our school, I happen to love our school because we really take care of the students and we really make sure that the students are in a wonderful environment that is really caring, but it is also very demanding. So we really try to make sure that the students coming out of our school are prepared well, they're professional, and they will have an opportunity for a great career in the future.